What's up, everybody? This is Fred Rachani of TSC News here to talk a little bit about Money in the Bank, which is coming up in a few weeks, live on the WWE Network, pay-per-view, and at the brand new T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. We have our main event that is set. Roman Reigns will defend his WWE World Heavyweight Championship against the uncrowned champion Seth Rollins, who technically never lost this title. However, I think prior to getting injured, he had lost like 15 out of 18 matches. Yeah, he was one of the worst booked champions of all time. And get this, he rehabs for months. Fans are chanting, "We want Rollins." He can come back as a gigantic babyface. Maybe, just maybe, you can reform the Shield and have them go up against the Club. But no. He just comes back, he becomes a heel, he craps on the fans, and that's that. So he's like, oh, boo me, cheer me, whatever. And once again, they are fighting the crowd. The crowd just does not like Roman Reigns. I don't want to hear the stupid debates about, oh, is he a bad wrestler, a good wrestler? He's obviously a good wrestler, all right? He's obviously talented, but people just don't like him in this particular role. It would make so much sense to just flip him. Have Seth run as a babyface, okay? The guy looks great, okay? He's got Shawn Michaels level ability, okay? The guy is awesome. Run with him. Run with him. Have Roman Reigns turn heel. It works out. Instead, they're just fighting the crowd and just making things more confusing. All right? It's one thing when you watch, like, say, Game of Thrones or Breaking Bad, shows that are consistently well written, okay, that make a lot of sense. So when they have characters that are shades of gray, all right, or forget Game of Thrones and Breaking Bad, those are all-time great shows, but I mean, even shows that aren't at the level of Breaking Bad and Game of Thrones, there are characters in various TV shows that are shades of gray. Maybe they're not good, maybe they're not bad, they're just what they are. But a lot of those shows contain logic. A lot of those shows contain cohesive storytelling, which WWE doesn't really have. And in the role that Roman Reigns is cast in, he's not cast as a guy that's shades of gray. I'm not a good guy. I'm not a bad guy. I'm the guy. He's cast as the babyface. And one would think that you want your babyface, your top good guy, to be cheered. Now, people will bring up, oh, John Cena. John Cena got booed all the time. John Cena also made a significant dent in the bottom line of WWE in a good way. Merchandise, ticket sales, ratings, okay? There is empirical data that says John Cena, whether you necessarily agree with how he was booked the last 10 years or not, okay, was damn good for business. Roman Reigns, I'm sure he sells some merch. I know he's really popular. I've seen him live and he gets great reactions, albeit mixed reactions, but he gets a big-ass reaction. But that doesn't mean he's John Cena. That doesn't mean he's going to be the next John Cena. That doesn't mean he's going to sell the merch of John Cena. That doesn't mean he's going to draw the ratings of John Cena. That doesn't mean he's as remotely over as John Cena. So why fight it? Why fight it? And what I don't understand is they want him to do all this charity work, and they're nervous if they turn him heel. Oh, man, we can't have him do his charity work and be a star stuff. Stephanie McMahon, one of the top heels in the company, the top heel of the last 3 years in the company, does charity work all the time. Triple H, all the time. Everybody knows this is predetermined. Everybody knows this is fantasy when it comes to the characters. Well, most of the characters. So, what's the big deal? Turn him heel. The crowd would go nuts, eventually respect him. You could turn him babyface. He'd be huge. Let him turn heel, unleash his inner douchiness, okay? Douchiness, excuse me. Easy for me to say. Where he just kind of has that smug smirk. He has that wink. He's a good-looking guy, and he knows it. He's a badass dude, and he knows it. He can kick your ass, and he knows it. Why not have him tell you that as well? I mean, Jesus, even The Rock a couple months ago before WrestleMania hinted that Roman Reigns should turn heel. And then he mentioned, hey, a few months later, I was the biggest star in the company. But instead, they just want to keep him babyface. And I guess in today's present-day WWE, where it's more about the brand than the star, it ain't going to kill him if he's booed every now and then. But the storylines are just out of whack. You know, he had a great rivalry with AJ Styles. And, yeah, he won clean and everything else. But he's still, it's just, I don't know. He still just comes off unlikable. You mean the character, not the real person. I don't know. But that's what they want to do. Anyway, I mean, it's beating a dead horse, okay? That's beating a dead Roman horse, okay, in the Roman Empire. We don't want to do that, all right? We've already gone over this. So let's get to who's qualified so far for Money in the Bank. There are 7 participants this year in the ladder match. Why 7? Why not 8? I'm not really sure. Kind of dumb to do 7. I mean, it's just a weird number. Maybe it's not dumb. It's just weird. I think they did that for the IC title ladder match at Mania 2. So right now, we have for Money in the Bank, we have Chris Jericho. We have Sami Zayn. We have Kevin Owens, who beat AJ Styles clean on Raw. Talk about protecting a guy who was killing himself on Sunday night to get a great match out of Roman Reigns, who can have great matches. But, I mean, AJ was out of this world, and he's rewarded with a losing streak. Okay. So, Zayn, Jericho, Owens, Ambrose, and more recently we had Alberto Del Rio. Oh, sorry. Spoiler alert. On SmackDown, on the tapings, we had Alberto Del Rio beat Zack Ryder to qualify for Money in the Bank. So the question is, who's going to be remaining? Who is going to be appearing at Money in the Bank? Who is going to qualify? Well, there are a lot of rumors, and people have been sending me suggestions, so I'm going to read you some of these suggestions right here. Whoops, knocked something down. That's okay. All right. Somebody here brings up Randy Orton. Randy Orton wouldn't be bad because he's a former Money in the Bank ladder match winner. He successfully cashed in 2013, but I don't see it happening. Also, if he is going to come back after all these injuries and missing so much time, I don't think being in a ladder match is the best thing for him right now. I really don't, especially when he apparently had a neck issue. He's had the lingering shoulder issues throughout his career. Yeah, I don't know about that one. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to mention Cesaro was also in Money in the Bank, although, spoiler alert, he lost to The Miz in the main event of SmackDown in the Intercontinental Championship match. I like The Miz. I think he's a great actor with Maurice, but come on, man. Really? At the end of the day, okay, he's great in his role, but you want your IC title or your titles in general on some guys that are remotely, a little more credible than The Miz, at least long term. But who knows? Who knows? I mean, he's hit a home run with this role, but I still think at the end of the day it should be on Cesaro or Sami Zayn or Kevin Owens, and perhaps it will be in a couple months. We'll see. But it was said to be a kick-ass match on SmackDown. All right, who else can take the spot? Somebody's suggesting Bray Wyatt. All right, but Bray hasn't really shown any motivation to win the title or do anything, which is why nobody cares about his matches usually. Heath Slater. I don't think Heath Slater is going to be it. Neville, he's coming back from an injury. You don't want to see a guy like that in a ladder match after coming back from an injury, but he could. But I think they're actually saving the spot for John Cena. I think he's going to come back, do his thing, win a few matches, qualify for Money in the Bank. Maybe they'll do something where, say, I don't know, who's the guy that hasn't wrestled for the Money in the Bank yet? Like qualifier, that's a top star right now. Or somewhat of a top star. Del Rio did. I mean, I guess Rusev, you could do it in a non-title match, as much as I hate to see Rusev lose after just winning the U.S. title. You could do something where Rusev insults the stupid Americans, says he's going to win and go to Money in the Bank. You'd have Cena beat him in a non-title match, and that later sets up Rusev versus Cena after Cena, say, loses Money in the Bank. We'll see. I mean, that could happen. Maybe Rusev will cost Cena Money in the Bank, and that could lead to them feuding again, even though their feud didn't exactly light the world on fire. But they did have some decent matches until they stretched the feud out way too long. But this time around, I don't think he has to worry about being broken up with Lana in storyline. So, yeah, I got Cena getting in Money in the Bank. On the SmackDown tapings, again, spoiler alert, it looks like Titus O'Neil, of all people, is going to be wrestling Rusev. He saved Kalisto after Kalisto lost to Rusev in their U.S. title rematch. And yeah, I guess Titus O'Neil versus Rusev. Maybe John Cena beats Rusev in a non-title match with Titus's help, or just beats him in general, and that sets up the match down the road, and then Cena gets in Money in the Bank. But we shall see. But folks, I want to hear from you. What do you think about the state of WWE? What do you think about Dana Brooke aligning herself with Charlotte and kicking Ric Flair to the curb? My God. Can they treat their legends any crappier? Oh, you're dead to me. Like, God. Oh, God. Charlotte's wooden dialogue. I mean, I know Sasha Banks is injured. She currently has a concussion. Get well soon, Sasha. But, man, I like Charlotte and everything. And I like Dana Brooke. And Dana Brooke definitely belongs on the main roster. She worked hard in NXT. But you got Bayley. You got Asuka. You got Becky Lynch. You got Sasha Banks when she gets back. You have Natalya. And the top two divas right now are going to be Dana Brooke and Charlotte. At least Dana Brooke can cut a promo. I don't know. Charlotte's like the female Roman Reigns. I like her. Okay? Actually, no. That's an insult to Roman Reigns. Because I think Roman Reigns is really good. He's just miscast in this role and not well liked by the fans. Whereas Charlotte's cast well as a heel, but she's just not as good as her push. Put it that way. Kind of overrated. But whatever, folks. I want to hear from you. I want to hear your thoughts. Let me know. Leave a comment below. Tweet us. Facebook us. Do what you got to do. If you enjoyed this update, please like, share, take care, and don't forget to subscribe on YouTube, SoundCloud.com/TSC News, and iTunes. Enjoy the matches, everybody.